Hi everyone. Welcome back to Raw Facts Official. I am back again with another video. And this video is about American most popular rapper, Xxxtentacion, rest in peace X. So let's begin. José Dwayne Ricardo Onfroy was born on January 23, 1998, in Plantation, Florida, to Jamaican parents, Dwayne Ricardo Onfroy and Cleopatra Aretha Drina Bernard. His father named him for the Bob Marley song, So Ja Say, which interpolates Ezekiel 34. Both Onfroy's father and grandfather were Rastafarians. Onfroy was born with a ventricular septal defect, commonly known as a hole in the heart. Due to his condition, he never grew taller than 5 feet 6 inches. Onfroy stated he also had Egyptian or Syrian, Indian, and possibly Italian ancestry in an interview on The Beat in 2017. Onfroy was mainly raised by his grandmother Colette Jones, 40, due to his mother's personal problems in Pompano Beach, Florida, and Lauderhill, Florida. When Onfroy was 6 years old, he allegedly tried to stab a man attempting to attack his mother and was eventually put into a youth program before living with his grandmother. A source close to the Onfroy family denied that the alleged stabbing incident occurred, and it could not be corroborated by police reports, since Onfroy was a minor. When Onfroy was a child, he discovered his uncle's deceased body after the man committed suicide by hanging. Onfroy referenced his trauma from the incident in multiple songs. In 2017, Onfroy alluded that he had been sexually abused by an unnamed adult when he was a child. Other traumatic events that Onfroy witnessed as a child included someone being physically tortured and someone being raped. According to Onfroy's mother, he was routinely beaten by his father as a child. She claimed that Onfroy's father tried to hit her in front of Onfroy on several occasions. In early 2008, when Onfroy was 10, his father was jailed for 9 years in Arizona on RICO charges after the Drug Enforcement Administration organized a sting operation. Onfroy's father was released from BOP custody on October 30, 2015 and deported to Jamaica in late 2016. In a 2017 interview, when asked about his relationship with his father, Onfroy sarcastically asked, "What's a father?" Onfroy's interest in music initially started after his aunt persuaded him to begin attending school choir and later church choir. He was soon kicked out of the school choir after attacking another student. Onfroy attended Margate Middle School, from which he was later expelled after a series of physical altercations. He was subsequently enrolled into Sheridan House Family Ministries by his mother for over 6 months. Onfroy began to listen to rap, nu metal, and hard rock during his time at Sheridan House Family Ministries, which led to him learning how to play the piano and guitar. Onfroy attended Piper High School until he dropped out in the 10th grade. He described himself as a misfit during that time, citing how quiet he was despite being popular and regularly involved in physical confrontations. As a child, Onfroy was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. Onfroy was not the athletic type and said that he was insecure and depressed during his time in high school. Onfroy's career as a music artist began in June 2013 after the release of his song, News/Flock. According to interviews, while in juvenile detention for gun possession charges, he met Stokely Goulburn, another artist known as Ski Mask the Slump God. Some sources interviewed for a 2020 biography dispute this narrative, and say that the pair met at high school. Onfroy and Goulburn became good friends and began freestyling. Recalling his time in detention, Onfroy said that he was respectful to the officers and staff and used to protect people from other inmates, including a homosexual cellmate, whom Onfroy later attacked for allegedly staring at him while he was changing clothes. Onfroy stated that the incident had nothing to do with the inmate's sexuality, that he supported gay rights and that he was not homophobic. In 2013, following his release from a juvenile detention center, he and Goulburn met up again under the belief they were going to commit a string of home invasions for monetary gain, though Onfroy eventually bought a blue snowball microphone and began recording music, which convinced Goulburn to do the same. After Onfroy adopted the moniker Xxxtentacion, he uploaded his first non-deleted song, called Vice City, on SoundCloud. Speaking about his decision to abandon a life of crime for music, Onfroy said that he felt like music was a better outlet for his feelings, and then-girlfriend Geneva Ayala was someone who helped him realize that. He would then continue uploading small snippets of his songs that he would either soon release or keep unreleased. Onfroy eventually joined Ski Mask the Slump God's group Very Rare, before breaking off and starting the members-only collective, which Ski Mask then also joined. The word "temptation" in his stage name is the Spanish word for temptation. In 2017, Look at Me gained traction, peaked at number 34 on US Billboard Hot 100 and the top 40 of the Canadian Hot 100. The single helped him gain more popularity due to accusations of Canadian rapper Drake using a similar rap flow in his song, KMT. Xxxtentacion's distinctive half-colored hair, which was inspired by the 101 Dalmatians antagonist Cruella de Vil, also drew public attention. During his jail stint, Onfroy signed a deal to be managed by Solomon Soband, who would remain his manager until his death, and despite Onfroy being in jail during his initial breakthrough, major label scouts began offering six-figure contracts and Onfroy eventually signed for Empire Distribution for lower royalty rate, full creative control and a smaller upfront payment. After his release from prison on April 18, 2017, he released 3 more songs on SoundCloud. In an interview with WMIB, Onfroy announced that he was working on the studio albums Bad Vibes and 17, as well as a mixtape, I Need Jesus. In an interview 3 days after his release from prison, Onfroy said to XXL, I got this really good album called 17. That's more of an alternative, R&B sound. Then I've got this mixtape called I Need Jesus, which is mainly rap and the underground sound I did. Xxxtentacion's music explored a wide variety of genres, including emo, trap, lo-fi, indie rock, punk rock, nu metal, and hip-hop. His influences included Kurt Cobain, whom he cited as his biggest inspiration, Tupac, Cage the Elephant, Chingy, Coldplay, Eminem, The Fray, Chief Keef, Gorillaz, Hoobastank, Lana Del Rey, Laura Mvula, The Notorious B.I.G., Papa Roach, Yoko Shimomura, Tech 9, 3 Days Grace, The Weeknd, and Kanye West. When speaking of his influencers, Xxxtentacion said, I'm really into multi-genre things that aren't just based around rapping itself. I'm more inspired by artists in other genres besides rap. Xxxtentacion as an artist has been defined as versatile and his music has been described as having a lo-fi aesthetic, being diverse and experimental, drawing influence from heavy metal. His music also has the tendency to contain distorted bass and an intentional lack of polish. Speaking about this, Xxxtentacion said that the intentionally bad mixing on his tracks make it genuine. Some fans have also noted that his music has inspired many up-and-coming artists, such as Juice WRLD and Trippie Redd, into channeling similar aesthetics into their music, with the former dedicating the song Legends to Xxxtentacion following his death. Xxxtentacion has been said to have helped channel the style of future artists such as Juice WRLD and Trippie Redd. 173, 177. Xxxtentacion generally changed his vocal style depending on the type of song he was performing on. His vocal style has been described as displaying emotional vulnerability on much more depressing tracks and as replicating screaming on much more aggressive tracks. His songwriting has been described as outlandish and shocking, often referring to violence, sex, and drugs, though on some projects such as The Fall and 17, Onfroy's songwriting was more emotional in comparison to his previous work, often referring to loneliness, depression, isolation, and anxiety. He was known for his depressing, and at times devastating, music that brought attention to mental health. It was a lack of appreciation on his end, not because of me, I guess just from a business perspective. But he put a business perspective before a personal relationship, and I've been with him as a friend and as a brother for a very long time. I mean, it's just on some other shit to be honest. It's not on anything I've done wrong. I can't even say I've done anything to him, and I wouldn't go on the internet and express that if I didn't care about the relationship, but you already know how it goes. They use you to where they want to go and then part ways. And I've been used a lot if you haven't noticed. Ski Mask replied shortly afterward, using Instagram's story feature, I'll always love that alien-looking nigga named XXX, but I have to distance myself because it's like nobody would see me as an individual rapper if I don't. On top of that nigga crazy as hell. Ski Mask then went on to post a much more intense version of the story, claiming that Onfroy threatened his family. On December 8, 2017, Onfroy wrote on Instagram, Don't care about what you said about me, you know who got your back, love you, forever, referring to Ski Mask the slump god. Later, during Rolling Loud in Miami in 2018, they reunited, ending the feud. Following a rumor that Onfroy was arrested in Las Vegas, Houston rapper Ugly God tweeted, Free X, which prompted a strong response from Onfroy, which featured Onfroy insulting Ugly God. Ugly God later clarified there was no feud between them. Canadian rapper Drake previewed a new track, titled KMT, on January 28, 2017. The song, following its preview, was compared by users on social media to Onfroy's breakout song, Look at Me, due to the use of a similar triplet-heavy flow. Before the release of KMT, Hot New Hip Hop revealed that Drake followed Onfroy's account on Twitter. In an interview with XXL, Onfroy was questioned about the Drake comparisons, responding, If Drake is gonna take the flow, and I don't know if he legitimately did, but if that is the situation, at least reach out to a nigga, help a nigga out in this situation. At 3:56 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on June 18, 2018, Onfroy, upon leaving Riva Motorsports Motorcycle and Marine Superstore in Deerfield Beach, Florida, was blocked from exiting the parking lot by a black Dodge Journey SUV. Two armed men exited the SUV and approached the rapper while he was sitting in the driver's seat. A brief struggle occurred and the armed men reached inside Onfroy's vehicle, stole a small Louis Vuitton bag containing $50,000 and shot Onfroy multiple times. The shooters fled the scene in their SUV. Onfroy was later transported by paramedics to the nearby Broward Health North Hospital in Deerfield Beach, where he was pronounced dead. Onfroy's death was announced by the Broward County Sheriff's Office at exactly 5:30 p.m. Suspect Dedrick Devonshea Williams of Pompano Beach was arrested 2 days after the shooting, shortly before 7 p.m. held in the Broward County Jail. He is charged with dangerous and depraved first-degree murder. In the weeks following the event, alleged triggerman Michael Boatwright and accomplice Robert Allen were arrested and charged with premeditated first-degree murder for their involvement. The third alleged accomplice, Trayvon Newsom, evaded capture the longest, being arrested and charged with premeditated first-degree murder in August 2018. On August 12, 2022, Allen pleaded guilty to the lesser conviction of second-degree murder in exchange for testimony against the other 3 defendants. Their trial is underway as of February 2023. Xxxtentacion's music was driven on themes revolving around depression and alienation, becoming known for his depressing, and at times devastating, music that brought attention to mental health. He employed styles and techniques that were unconventional in hip-hop during his career, such as distortion and heavy guitar-backed instrumentals, drawing inspiration from third-wave emo. He was great artist, his music has influenced lot of us. Rest in peace X. We love you man. Respect. Keep supporting real ones. So, that's all for today, we'll be back again with another video tomorrow. Be blessed everyone, take care. Goodbye.